we think that at $80 a barrel, and again, this is a stylized medium-term demand chart linked to price. So a bit of a different exercise to what I've shown you before. I showed you price elasticity of demand for different countries. Here I'm showing you a medium-term stylized demand chart linked to prices. So a demand curve, essentially. We think demand grows by 5 million barrels a day at $80. We think demand grows at 8.5 million barrels a day at 40. So the demand growth rate doubles as prices halve, give or take. So why is this important? Well, it's important because as prices rise, we're going to have a tightening, right? Demand environment. Naturally, people will consume less. By the way, you have to divide these numbers by 5, right? So we're looking at 1 million barrels a day of demand versus 1.7. It's a pretty big number, pretty big difference. But what we've done here is, okay, take the green line, and then throw in some supply scenarios to find out what the equilibrium price of oil should be over the medium term. And we still think oil, in this context of shale and shale, is going to be a $50 to $70 commodity in the long run. That hasn't changed. We've been running with this story for the last 3-4 years. What's changed is the cyclical dynamics of oil. What's changed is the Iran sanctions. What changes Venezuela collapsing. What hasn't changed is the long-term relationship between demand and supply and prices. But it's going up. And it's going up because today we can absolutely rule out the yellow scenario. Yellow scenario is OPEC increases production by 8 million barrels a day. I never thought that OPEC would do that. I never thought the Saudis would go 15 or 17 million barrels a day. I never thought it made sense for them. But we can rule it out because not only is not Saudi expanding to 15 million barrels a day, but other countries are seeing collapsing production, like Venezuela. Other countries like Nigeria struggling. Libya, who knows, right? So we're not going to get 8 million barrels a day, which is what will keep oil in a $40 to $50 environment. We're probably not going to get 6, which is what will keep oil in a $55 environment. We might not even get 3 incrementally from OPEC over the next 5 years, 3 million barrels a day, which is what will keep oil around 60. The less OPEC oil we get, the higher equilibrium price we will have. Because the more shale and the more non-shale, non-OPEC oil we will require to meet demand. And we'll also have to slow the demand down. So, look, I still think we're looking at a $50 to $70 commodity. But I think now we're getting closer to a 70 number than to a 50 number. And again, it's just that the state of the infrastructure of the investment in the OPEC world is pretty dreadful, right? It's pretty dreadful. There's only 2 countries that have actually made some investment within OPEC, Kuwait and Emirates. Even Saudi hasn't invested all that much incrementally. It's kind of kept things more or less as they are. But the rest of the OPEC countries have gone the other way. So it's a pretty big problem down the line for the organization. Can it retain its influence in oil markets? Now, let's shift gears to talk a little bit about distillates and products.